Among Us is an online multiplayer game designed for 4 to 10 players. Depending on the settings, 1 to 3 players are assigned the role of imposter. In contrast, the remaining ones try to complete various tasks and sleuth out the traitors before they're picked off one by one. In this video, we'll be highlighting a selection of titles similar to Among Us in one way or another. But before we start this video, make sure you press the subscribe button and hit bell icon for more gaming videos. The first game of this video is Project Winter. One of the best social deduction games to come out in recent years is Project Winter. It sees 8 players dropped into a frigid wilderness where all they have is each other. In order to escape, survivors have to work together, often splitting up into pairs to help gather resources and repair shelter. Like Among Us, the game shakes things up by throwing secret traitors into the mix. The traitors' job is to sabotage the group's escape while avoiding suspicion. They can kill other survivors themselves, spread lies to create doubt, or just let Mother Nature sort it out. Next up we have Town of Salem. If you've ever played Mafia or Werewolf, then you already have a good idea of how Town of Salem plays out. Each game sees 7 to 15 players splitting up into different factions with unique interests. The town members want to keep their village safe, the Mafia wants to take control, the serial killers want to murder, and the arsonists just want to watch the world burn. The catch here is no one knows which players are good and which are evil, forcing you to build trust, form alibis, and try your best to stay alive. The biggest challenge comes during the night when players are given free rein to carry out specific tasks related to their role. Next up we have Unfortunate Spaceman. If you're in the market for another social deduction game that lets you and your friends play as colorful spacemen, then look no further than Unfortunate Spaceman. This free-to-play survival shooter sees up to 16 players planning a galactic escape across various alien biomes. However, like Among Us, not every player is to who they say they are. In order to determine who the monster is, the group will have to keep an eye out for any suspicious behavior, while also battling waves of alien insects. The addition of combat provides another layer of strategy that both the crew and imposter can take advantage of. Next up we have Barotrauma. Barotrauma is a demanding 2D co-op survival horror game in which a group of 2 to 16 players complete various jobs aboard a space submarine. The game takes place in a dark future where humanity has fled to Jupiter's moon Europa, only to discover a brutal underwater ecosystem below its icy exterior. Working together, teams will have to do everything in their power to keep the submarine operational as they accept and carry out missions. Each crew member is assigned a unique role ranging from ship captain to medic to engineer and will have to fulfill their duties to the best of their abilities. Next up we have Deceit. Suppose you're looking to transition to another traitor simulator that plays out like Among Us for the most part. In that case, Deceit is definitely worth checking out. In it, a team of players awake to find themselves in spooky procedurally generated maps. Coming together, they'll have to complete a variety of tasks in order to progress to the next area until they eventually escape. By now, you know the drill. A portion of the group is secretly infected monsters tasked with killing off the innocent players. Where Deceit kicks things up a notch is its gameplay variety. Next up we have Secret Neighbor. Set within the Hello Neighbor universe, Secret Neighbor is a survival horror multiplayer game that sees a group of adolescents trying to sneak into their scary neighbor's home, looking for evidence to prove they're holding a child prisoner in their basement. The goal is to reach the neighbor's basement, which can only be accessed by finding multiple keys throughout the house. The twist is one of the 6 kids is actually the neighbor in disguise. Their job is to prevent the kids from getting to the basement by either sabotaging the mission or eliminating every player. Next up, we have Enemy on Board, another free-to-play social deduction game that casts 2 players as alien imposters who must sabotage the crew. The crewmate's goal is to survive long enough to suss out the traitors and keep the space station operational. The game features multiple classes to play as, each possessing distinct abilities and perks that can be useful in a variety of situations. Like Among Us, the crew is limited to only using voice comms during certain phases, giving the imposters ample time to strategize. Next up we have Pummel Party. While it's technically not a social deduction game, Pummel Party offers plenty of opportunities to screw over your friends and stir up trouble. Best summed up as Mario Party on steroids. The game has up to 4 players traversing hazardous maps, landing on different spaces that can yield an assortment of weapons, power-ups, and traps. During the board game phase, players can collect coins, plant booby traps, and target opponents using various guns. One of the older titles on this list, Castle Crashers, is an action-packed beat-em-up that has aged remarkably well by today's standards. It also happens to feature a similar colorful 2D hand-drawn art style as Among Us. Developed by the Behemoth, the game has you and your friends hacking and slashing your way to the top as you save a princess and defend your kingdom's honor. While the main campaign can be played cooperatively, there's also a PvP mode with free-for-all and team battling. Next up we have Viscera Cleanup Detail. Have you ever wondered what happens to the bodies of the dead crewmates in Among Us? Well, now you can finally come up with an answer. Viscera Cleanup Detail may not be like Among Us in terms of actual gameplay, but shares a similar dark humor tone and spaceship setting. In it, you take on the role of a space station janitor assigned to clean up some hilariously awful messes. To aid you in your task, the game provides various tools and cleaning supplies like mops, brooms, and buckets, in addition to more out there options, such as a laser gun used to repair bullet holes. The last game of this video is Werewolves Within. Werewolves Within is a social deduction VR game just like Among Us. It didn't get a positive response from the gaming community, but of late, many are going back to Werewolves Within for its unique gameplay. You can play in a team of 5 to 8 players, and everyone is assigned a hidden role. The game is pretty fast-paced and throws you into the mix of both being a good guy and a traitor. The game is set in a medieval village of Galveston where werewolves are wreaking havoc. You along with your teammates are transported to the medieval age to save the townsfolk. So that's it guys, thanks for watching this video, subscribe to your channel Games Down and press the bell icon for more gaming videos.